What up, fam? Thanks for chilling with CuZo. Um, Feeling good. I'm feeling alright. Um, yeah, that's I don't know. That's it. Like I don't really have too much to say on that end of like mental health. Like I'm alright. You know, um, I don't know. I feel alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the content. See what we working with. Okay. Say hip hop has a problem with God. Hold on.
With rappers like Ice Spice throwing up devil signs while wearing an upside down cross at the Super Bowl, and NBA Youngboy saying he signed his deal in blood letters on a song with E40, it's no secret that hip hop has become extremely demonic in recent years, and the trend is only getting worse. It's your boy Luesta, and today we're going to be talking about hip hop's dark connection to Satanism. Claiming to be a rock star and boasting heroes like Marilyn Manson and Gigi Allen, who always pushed the boundaries of decency, one man who majorly leaned into this was Lil Uzi. During his rise to fame, Uzi leaned into a gothic look, and a big part of that was his use of the upside down cross. Not only does he literally have a song named Upside Down Cross, but he literally has one tatted on his tongue. His name, Lil Uzi Vert, also sounds eerily similar to Lucifer, and tons of his tracks express his infatuation with the dark side. Over time, this became such a big thing that it caused conflict between himself and his Bad and Bougie collaborator, Offset from the Migos.
Oh, y'all nigga went upside down cross. Even my little partners, man. Stop that shit, boy. You look lame. Yeah. All that worship the devil shit. He was God, man.
In response, Uzi shared a photo of satanic imagery, tagging Offset as if he was trying to get a reaction out of him. And although Offset's response seemed like he was genuinely concerned about Uzi's spiritual well-being, writing, "I'll pray for you," Uzi has continued to steer into this narrative. At one point, he basically even told his fans that if he was on the path to hell, then they would be following him.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Talking about I sold my soul. I sold my soul for you.
What the fuck you on?
All you motherfuckers that's on here that's asking me did I sell my soul? Why the fuck is y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul? Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
However, the same fans he was referring to were quick to correct him in the comments. "Nah, I'm good, fam. My soul and life belongs to Jesus Christ. I'm not going to hell, I'm with Jesus." As opposed to shedding this image over time, it's something that Uzi has kept up to the point that his fans have begun to lose their patience. What's wrong with this dude? He's literally repping Satan right in front of our eyes. But here's where the major divide in hip-hop comes in. Because for every rap fan who fears that their soul could be put in jeopardy by listening to his music, there's just as many who think that he's only doing it for shock value in sales. Real answer, he has an upcoming album. So he does stupid shit like this for attention. It's a pattern with him. In the same way that other rappers start beefing for promotion, he resorts to this stupid childish shit. However, in recent years, Uzi is far from the only rapper who's been viewed as capitalizing on satanic rituals. And you can argue that no one quite compares to the controversies that Lil Nas X found himself in when he decided to align himself with the dark side. If you were around in 2020, you probably remember the uproar over Lil Nas X's Call Me By Your Name, which had a music video featuring him giving the devil a lap dance.
What kind of weird shit? I don't know, bro. Nah, bro.
Is out of order.
Nick. Lil Nas is gay. Oh, let me stop.
The release of sneakers marked with 666 that literally got him sued by Nike. With Lil Nas X basically becoming an overnight star, the devil-themed music video made people think he sold his soul to receive fame and fortune. And all of that caused such mass hysteria that when he was set to perform on the BET Awards, he was only allowed to do so after he, quote, gave assurances that he was not a Satanist or devil worshipper, and that his performance would be appropriate for their audience. He even threatened to sample rants from preachers who were calling him the devil. Some wicked stuff. But since then, Lil Nas X has proven that he's no devil worshipper and that he'll just use any religious imagery he could get his hands on for shock value. This was extremely evident when he dropped his new video for J Christ, which basically followed the same formula, only this time he tried to make it seem like he converted to the religion, tweeting things like, making Christian music does not mean I can't suck dick no more. The two are not mutually exclusive. I am allowed to get on my knees for multiple reasons. It's clear that this time, the publicity stunt simply did not.
Restaurant store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
What's up with Buddy?
15 non-wobbly tables.
What's up with
not
these
work in
boys,
his
man?
favor. As where Call Me By Your Name was a smash hit that racked up over 275 million views on YouTube, J Christ just got 18 mil before disappearing off everyone's radar. For Lil Nas X, it was obvious that his commitment to the look was purely to use the chaos generated by conservative media and its followers losing their minds to head to the top of the charts. But for other rappers, such as XXXTentacion, there's been debates about whether their connections ran a little deeper. And there's speculation that before his death, he tried to
Nah, but that boy, the Lil Nas X, he's a wild. That hell no, no.
sacrifice his best friend and fellow rapper Ski Mask the Slump God due to his connection with the devil, complete with tracks like I Spoke to the Devil and Rap a Little Deeper. Rappers such as XXXTentacion, there's been debates about whether their connections ran a little deeper, and there's speculation that before his death, he tried to sacrifice his best friend and fellow rapper Ski Mask the Slump God due to his connection with the devil, complete with tracks like I Spoke to the Devil in Miami, He Said Everything Would Be Fine, where he details selling his soul and the dark imagery which surrounded his music and public persona. There were those who felt that XXXTentacion was in league with the satanic world. This has resulted in numerous videos and Reddit threads just dedicated to proving that X had struck a deal, with many people pointing to the lyrics of the closing track of his last album he released in his lifetime as a sign that he was trying to get his soul back before death, stating, "Before I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I hope it's not too late for me." But while using satanic imagery in your music is one thing, what sets X apart is that even his peers in the industry were fearful of what he was capable of. For example, Ugly God, a fellow rapper who was on the XXL 2017 freshman class cover with him, once had a verbal dispute with X and asked him not to set a demon on him.
Don't summon no demon on me, bro. Everybody telling me you finna summon the demon.
Even though he wasn't entirely convinced, he thought he was better safe than sorry. While Ugly God keeping his distance from X is one thing, what was even more intriguing was that one of X's closest friends, Ski Mask the Slump God, also felt the need to separate himself over some of the stuff that X was allegedly into. After they stopped collaborating, Ski Mask explained why he stepped away. "This is a person who has threatened my family, told me I was supposed to be sacrificed on some crazy shit. So no, I didn't separate myself for no reason." After all of that went down, it led to a very
What the fuck?
interesting conversation on everyday struggle, where Joe Budden basically implied that things like this may have gone down in the past in order for X to obtain success.
Never really heard fans with this rhetoric.
Who do you hear it from? Other artists?
Heard some other people. Well, let's look at it this way.
Okay.
In fraternities, they have initiations. In
Okay.
gangs, they have it as well. I have heard that in some clubs, they request this is the
Sacrifice.
the
A human
the
sacrifice.
induction. Now, it sounds very weird and satanic and nuts. I'm shutting up. Yeah, I'm cool. I haven't heard anything.
A rapper who also prophesied his own death several times. It's unclear whether X ever made a deal with a dark entity. But when it comes to worshiping the devil, it's not just a newer generation of rappers. This trend of referencing satanic elements has been present for a very long time, with several rappers from the past attempting to shed light on the darker aspects of the industry. Even old school rappers like Eminem have made countless amounts of rhymes about the devil, and he can be heard in songs like Say Goodbye to Hollywood, literally saying the words,
"Like a boy in the bubble who never could adapt. I'm trapped. If I can go back, I never would have rapped. I sold my soul to the devil. I'll never get it back."
Let's not forget the song My Darling, a song which many people believe Eminem is basically talking to the devil in the third verse. Other rappers, like the late DMX, also claim that he had been approached several times by forces beyond our comprehension.
Then I met the devil in God's country. You know, and it's not so much who, It's what, you know, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil. You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. You know?
I think you've had three conversations with the devil. Why with the devil?
Well, to make a fair decision, I think you have to be aware of both sides. And I was approached, so of course I had a conversation. It doesn't mean I rode with him or believed him. I just was able to recognize him by what he said to me, what he offered me. Say, oh, now I know you are. That's why I stopped talking to him. I'm fit out 7 hours, but he's only on 3.
I got a question for you.
That's
For
crazy.
the folks at home who don't know about campus yet,
That's crazy.
tell them how you describe campus.
I ain't gonna lie, DMX is one of a kind. That man was spiritually intelligent.
In DMX's case, it's not clear whether he's specifically referring to a person or an organization, but in the case of Noriega from the Drink Champs, he strongly implied that he was promised success beyond his wildest dreams if he promised to align with a certain group. And when he didn't comply, his career took a downturn.
You know, I was approached. I was where a person asked me, yo, such and such. And I was just like, nah, like, you know, you probably make it to where you make it on your own.
Right.
But a lot of people will offer you something to sustain that. I don't know if it was that person or if this was a whole entity that came with it. But I was offered something and I just wasn't with it. But when they said, good luck, young man, you're on your own. And I never went platinum since.
And while rappers like DMX and Noriega have spoken about how they avoided joining up with the devil or organizations associated with shadowy rituals like the Illuminati, Jay-Z, on the other hand, is a man who's had to fend off accusations of being a follower of the devil. At one point, there was even an unofficial street DVD being sold which labeled him the Master Mason of hip-hop in reference to his alleged connections to Freemasonry. That's because there was a lot of speculation that Jay-Z was with the occult. Hov has spent years trying to claim that he wasn't involved in anything evil, such as the time he said this on an MTV interview. I gotta remind people, I'm from Marcy Projects. I can't even get into a golf club in Palm Springs. As one of the most influential figures in hip-hop, it's his remarkable success that raises eyebrows amongst his critics. And many speculate that there were definitely some unseen forces supporting him behind the scenes.
So when I see Jay-Z, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You're not no gang member. You got checkerboard floors in your shit. You got skull and bones. What does this mean? You look at Cardi B's album cover. It's checkerboard. You look at Dream Doll. Now she's the checkerboard too. These motherfuckers sell their soul. They practice which.
What does the checkerboard mean?
It means mind control. So you got classical conditioning, you got operational conditioning. So what they do is they use programming.
But as we have moved from one era of hip hop to the next, a strange thing happened. As Jay-Z has actively tried to stop the speculation that he's a devil worshiper, there are rappers today who actively fed into the imagery. But are they just doing it to get a reaction or for a deeper, darker reason? Well, when it comes to a rapper named NBA Youngboy,
Do you think it's just weird though? They just weird. Why are you doing this, man?
it was the opposite of a publicity stunt, and speaking on this issue caused his career to decline drastically. Alongside a discography that's filled with tracks including I'm a Demon, Demon Seed, Demon Time, and more, NBA Youngboy's career has been filled with speculation that he's maybe been contacted by the underworld. Among all of his bars that have caused concern, none have done so more than his lyrics in 2018's Traumatized, where he seemed to suggest that he refused to offer up his child and seemingly predicted COVID.
I see blood when I open my eyes. Won't sacrifice my child. 2020, we all would die.
Since then, Youngboy has been increasingly open about what's really.
Yeah, that boy music got dark as hell. Like dark. Like the more music he made, he got darker. This shit. Oh my god.
Going on, only to then claim he
lost.
was talking to.
Well, he been lost himself.
It's the mind industry that I chose to be a part of. So like I accepted I'm a way, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand they using me as entertainment, and this shit become self-destruction too. Because I ain't no entertainment. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why? Man, that shit is to be continued.
Since 2019, Youngboy has been confronting the industry and not being afraid to air out the destructive forces that go on behind the scenes at his label. Now stuck in whatever scenario he's created for himself, Youngboy is now at the point where his sales have been on a steady decline, and probably contemplating whether or not his metaphorical deal with the devil was worthwhile. But what's interesting is that after so many years of the audience entertaining the satanic imagery, it's become an increasingly hard sell where the supposed shock value of the devilish imagery isn't paying off anymore. For instance, when Travis Travis Scott made his decision to dabble in imagery associated with masonry and similar things, it actively stopped him from being able to perform in Egypt in front of the pyramids because of, quote, images and documented information on the strange rituals, which violated their customs. Meanwhile, for others like Cardi and Uzi, people basically think it's just becoming cringe.
Shit lame to me.
Crazy
Personally.
sounds in here.
But you know, y'all do y'all.
What made me realize I'm like,
Do
yo,
what y'all do.
this nigga is approaching 30 and he's still trying to jack the devil thing was Uzi doing the I Wanna Rock while dressed in all red with some devil looking hair. This shit right here. I'm sorry, bro. Once I seen this shit, I was just like, yo, brother, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even the devil want to send you to hell, and not his version of hell for this shit. Like, brother, nah, brother.
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of funny. That's funny.
Brother. Nah. It was cool when we thought y'all were mysterious. We've all realized y'all are regular people trying to be counterculture to get kids to buy in. All right, we get it. It worked for a while, but here's the funny thing: y'all are all huge and successful. You're not SoundCloud rappers no more. Give it up.
Where academics had harsh words for Lil Uzi, he felt the same for Playboi Carti after he got a tattoo where he labeled himself Satan. Because at a certain point, it's just not going to have the same impact anymore.
I'm not a religion buff, and nor do I feel like any artist needs to be like just fucking praising God all over the place. But when y'all do these imagery and knowing the influence y'all have, you're 25, and I know you might try to, like you're still a kid, but it's over in terms of you're grown. We all have responsibilities at this point. When y'all put out these images, my whole point is that be down to have a conversation about it. Your music isn't substantive enough to prove what you're what imagery you're trying to match to. What it comes across as is that you're so desperate trying to be edgy. You're trying to make people feel like you're anti-culture, anti-religion, anti-God as much as you can see. But I've always wondered, and I've begged, I think the closest person who have done it was X.
Accused of not really living what they're repping, Cardi and Uzi's...
I ain't gonna lie, that shit whack, bro. Being satanic or atheist, bro, you use a weird nigga. Use weird, bro.
Use of occultist imagery is only going to get increasingly worse as time goes on.
And these the same dumb niggas that believe in science. How you gonna say you don't believe in nothing, and then you say scientifically for every action there's a reaction? So for every evilness there gotta be some good, dumbass boy. Y'all niggas get on my nerves with this.
This is why people like Trippie Redd, who's had a 666 tattoo on his head for years, is now actively fighting.
Bro, I don't worship fucking devil. I don't know why you keep saying that shit. Like, stop saying I worship the devil, bro. Like, what the fuck? I can't wear all black. I've been wearing all black. That's my thing. Like, I just don't get it. Like, stop saying I worship the fucking devil. Cleanse these people's heart too, God. Because, man, like, sitting here judging somebody and bullying them is the new, standard.
Now that the satanic panic is actively putting people off rather than making people want to engage with the content, some of these artists are backpedaling or fully explaining their intentions. While Uzi and Cardi like to keep the mystique around them like the 3-6 Mafia have done in the past, you now have people like Doja Cat who dressed up as a demon in a new video and literally admit that it was only for the aesthetic.
So I chose that visual and I applied it to the sound, and people made up what they want, which is what you do with art. It means, yeah.
Hey, you kiss my ass. You don't just like a whole man, bro.
You interpret it how you want to interpret it. Everybody has the right to interpret it how they want, but this whole
you're Satanist.
Look, I know I'm Team God and I'm cussing, but you don't understand how much it angers me when people play like that. Like, spiritually speaking, I ain't even talking religiously, bro. Like, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things you gotta take serious out here, bro. And spiritually, bro, you can't just be playing back and forth, bitch. This ain't tennis. Your soul ain't tennis, nigga.
Very confident Satanism thing is like, I'm sorry, when the fuck did I say that I was a Satanist? When did I ever say anything, or even go marching outside the church talking about, no, When the fuck did I say that?
When your actions show, bitch, you went to putting on demonic stuff. You went to walking around and dripped in red. Literally, it's just, bro. Like, what you mean you ain't gotta verbally say it, shawty? We see it.
Anyway, it's really tacky and annoying and fucking discredits a lot of the hard work that I've put in.
Whether or not you think there's something sinister going on, or if it's just an attempt at marketing themselves as edgy, satanic imagery has become as common in hip-hop as it used to be in rock and roll. The real question is whether it will remain profitable or just fuel more conspiracy theories. Because as rappers mature, the initial shock value fades, and it leaves us to wonder if those who have hinted at secret deals will eventually face the consequences of their supposed eternal debts.
Feels just weird, bro. That's all I can say about that, folks. It's weird.
Early last year, Ice Spice had over 39 million monthly listeners on Spotify. But if you take a look at it today, she's sitting at 15 million. And to some people, this ain't even a surprise. That's what happens when you make music with the only purpose is having 15 seconds of it go popular on TikTok. So what happened to Ice Spice? How did she go from being so loved to where she is right now? See, when Ice Spice got big, it was because of TikTok. And if we look at the type of music she make, it don't really have no substance to it. It was just something fun to listen to. Then on top of that, the whole world thinks she look good. So of course she got that on her side. And look, before I keep going, if you can hear the fans, I'm sorry. My room hot as hell, and I can't turn my fans off for this video. But Ice Spice blew up years ago. She had much a catchy song. The whole world was listening to it. It went viral everywhere. Everyone looking at this new girl on the block like, what she about to bring? What she finna bring to the table? And one person that happened to be watching was the one and only, somebody we should have expected, Drake. He was in the DMs right when she blew up. I'm talking about barely a month after her brand new song Munch came out, Drake was already in her DMs trying to get some. And I guess he got it. I don't know. But she ended up going to OVO Fest with him. And this was she said about the experience. When Drake DM'd me,
Here's the thing. Nigga kind of already know her story. And, yeah, industry plant. Industry plant for sure. Because I don't know, bro. Like, I don't like it. I don't. And then she did that damn, that Shauna Paul sample. I didn't like that at all. And then the BET Awards. Nobody stand up. Anybody like it. I just feel bad because it's like, nah, I can't. Nah, Queen, it's not gonna work like that. That's weird. That's weird. Like, you gotta think about it. When did it just became a, like, when did it become a thing? I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry. When did it become a thing to where it's just like you just shake your ass as an artist? Like, that's all you do. Please, at least have something that it rhymed, it's hitting. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I really don't like. I don't know, like her cadence and stuff like that. I don't really like it. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that I don't like about Spice. I don't like her music, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but she mad confident. Like, her shit really do slap. I gotta respect that. Nah. No, that's crazy. Okay, I'm not watching this because I'm gonna be upset. I'm not watching no more college football videos. I'm not watching no more. No one's ruining it for me. Okay? I can't wait till I start playing that game, bro. What's going on? So what the kid Neon do now? Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, these streaming fellas, they be tripping sometimes, man.
So it's been quite some time since we last talked about our favorite Indian friend, as well as his buddy Jack Doherty. But recently the two of them have both had their own individual drama, and they've also been beefing with each other.
Neon, let's go in the ring right now. Bare knuckle fight. If you don't do it, you're scared. Let's go tonight. We can run it tonight.
Some of you may remember that Jack is the one who put Neon's OF girlfriend Sam on the map, and I guess the intertwining of all of these different relationships has finally started to cause some turmoil.
There you go. I'm going to Sam's room. I just want to make sure no one's in there hiding, another man.
Oh, you're going to Sam's room? Yeah.
Yeah, gotta make sure.
Oh, don't worry. I have the passcode to Sam's room. You don't get that. Wait, I want to make sure she's not naked before you go in.
And now we finally got the crossover episode, like when Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner came together that one time to save the world. Only this video is a much more accurate representation as to what transpired between the two cancers of online entertainment. So first we gotta talk about our guy Jack the Ripper, after he found himself in hot water over this clip.
Thank you. Those order screens are so unhygienic. All right, well, you probably haven't had food in 6 days.
And as you guys can see right there, Jack's life is kind of flashing before his eyes. Obviously, I had to mute out the word for YouTube, but he calls a viewer simply teasing him about eating at McDonald's, the N-word with a hard ER. And the interesting thing to me is how casually it just comes out of his mouth.
You probably haven't had food in 6 days.
Notice how he immediately says, "Oh, I'm just kidding," like he knows he f***ed up. And I mean, for him to just say that word so casually, I feel like off stream he must just be saying it all the time.
Stress. Oh yeah, he know.
That Adderall is whooping this man's ass. Of course, after catching flack online, he would later come forward to deny the entire thing ever happened.
I literally cannot believe I have to do this right now. How the f do people think I said the goddamn N-word? Are you? I literally said hater. Watch the video back, and when I say the word hater, say the word hater in your head. If you say the other word in your head, it makes it sound like it says the other word. But I literally talk so fast that it sounds like it, but I said hater. I say the word. I say f***ing hater all the time. Like, if you watch any of my videos, you know I say that shit. Like, what the f is this shit? I'm literally gonna sue all these people saying I said that word because they're literally saying I said it straight up. That shit.
I mean, I'll straight up say,
I ain't gonna lie, that's damn. I mean,
right now, dude, you did say the N-word in my book. That's why immediately after it came out of your mouth, you knew you f***ed up and you questioned your entire life. Like, why would you say my bad after calling someone a hater? Either way, it's kind of just your typical day over on Kick, and we'll actually get into Neon being humbled here in a second, but before we do, we have to talk about this fight that Jack Doherty and Neon had, where things actually did get physical more than once. And so they're at some sort of event here, and Neon decides to step up to Jack.
What do you get out of that, bro? What do you see? What's your boy? What do you get out of that, bro?
Get out of my face.
Are you driving way less than you used to?
What's up with that, bro?
Are you over 25?
I really hate ads. They like perfect timing.
And so as you guys can see there, Neon puts Jack on the ground. Right here, slapping him with the power of 100 pillows. Here's one of the craziest screenshots from said fight where Jack has our Indian friend by the neck. So they get into that fight. I would think that they all get kicked out of the arena. And I guess that Jack's ego could not take the fact that he looked like he got bitched online. And so only a couple of minutes later, he would go searching for Neon. And this is where they would have this second physical altercation.
Stop, bro. Stop. Who am I walking? Yo, you're good, bro. You just got dropped.
First of all, let me just say that the security guards here are going to be asking for a massive raise.
Definitely.
And we also got to give
That's
credit where
crazy. He
credit
did
is
that
due
because
to this boy
he did a job.
Neon. And I want y'all to watch as he ducks this punch. So at this point, it seems like the attack is over. This other guy comes in, duck, and weave, baby. Gotta give Neon the credit right there.
Gots to.
Who's fucked up, bitch? Oh, my $250,000 watch is broken. Look at yourself now, buddy. The security guard too.
And yes, guys, I know this is the definition of two clowns fighting, but this is one of the more entertaining things that we've gotten out of IRL streaming in a very long time. And can we just acknowledge that this freeze frame right here is
It's
just
crazy.
fucking insane? He is picking this dude up and handling him as if he's some sort of angry toddler. Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how the I ended up here. It all started when Dr. Phil up and let me on his show. This also has to be one of my favorite random moments from this fight.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I ain't gonna lie. Security was definitely handling their business that night. I almost said last night. It's crazy.
Like, honestly, if you're rolling around in one of these two guys' entourage, to me, you really just need to rethink your entire existence. And I guess Neon felt like that fight made him look so bad, and he hates Jack so much at this point, that he now made his girlfriend delete her OF page, that I do believe that Jack was receiving royalties from, which is just insane. Like, can you imagine some little clout goblin that looks like this, getting money from the sale of your girlfriend's nudies?
Sam, now she's deleting her OF after this.
Dog,
She's
that's crazy.
No, don't acknowledge none of that. I'm just saying. Though, I'm saying she's deleting there. I'm done. So.
The day after these fights occurred, Neon would jump back on stream to address the haters.
Because motherfuckers did not touch me, bro. Motherfuckers did not touch me, bro. Do I look touched, chat? Do I look
He
touched?
literally
Do
choked.
I look
He
touched?
literally.
I mean, listen, guys, there is real beef out here in these virtual streets. This man said for Jack, it's on site.
It is on site. So it is on site. Just wanted to let that be known for future reference. It is on site.
Jack would also boot up his stream where he had this to say.
I know everything about that motherfucker. He has 50K view bots, so anything he has over 50K is what he actually has. So if he normally has like 55K views, right? So that means he has 5K live viewers. Like, bro, you're not that guy with 5K live viewers. Like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you. 5,000 people. Like, that's like that means what? Like 92% of his views are bots.
I mean, it's just rich to hear that coming from him or any other like clout chasing content creator who tries to make it look like they're living, you know, some sort of lifestyle when they're really not. Like, oh, I have X amount of money, or I have X amount of viewers, or I have this car, or I have this house, when it's really all just a facade.
To the little shit that, you know, obviously stream and talk shit about me. Don't forget that you paid me $20,000 to do a stream with you. You're a fan.
Now here's where we get to the further embarrassment of Neon after he tried to troll Nate Diaz of all people and got absolutely embarrassed. I mean, you can feel the secondhand embarrassment through the screen on this one.
When you do get knocked out, are you going to retire?
Who said that? So I know who you are.
I mean, he might be the only person dumb enough on earth
To say some goof ass shit like that. I'm just saying, that's Nate D, bro. That's Nate Diaz. He will be, bro. He be at your doorstep. What are you talking about? You think he care about that?
to try and troll a professional fighter who is known to not give a single
Or that little bitch boy, you fucking little pussy.
If you do, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be watching. I'm excited to see both sides. But
You notice how he just immediately folded from his question? First, he's like, oh, when you get knocked out, what the fuck is going to happen? And Nate's like, bitch, you said what?
I'm going to kick you in your fucking leg, motherfucker. He said, when you get knocked out. Hey, P.S. you.
I have a lot of respect for everyone, man. It's just I want to see a great
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. That's the, yeah.
When you get knocked out, right here.
And this is where Nate makes his greatest point about the current generation and the one right under it coming up.
Little shit kids like this little bitch talking in this motherfucker that is like changing the times. Need your little ass whooped. I got little girls over here that'll f you up.
I mean, yeah, he's just not the smartest individual.
Why did he say something? Why did you say something to that man, bro? Like Oh my god. Talk about violated.
Talking all this shit when he's standing in a room full of people who would turn his body into a literal pretzel. And like I said earlier, Nate Diaz and the people he has around himself do not give a shit, and it seems like they're always ready for something to go down.
I blacked out. What did he even say to me?
Bro, he was cooking for a minute.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
hey,
car,
didn't
get
he
in the
get
car.
like chased?
I'll call
Nah,
Masvidal.
them
Get in the
niggas-
car.
Hold on, cause them niggas chased him after this, right? That's what happened, right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So they would chase him down the block for a while, and then he would end his stream. After this all went down, him and his security guard Leon would get into it.
Thank God you're all right, but Toledo's people are crazy.
I know. Yeah, they're grown men, like actual grown men.
Neon, by definition, you are supposed to be a grown man yourself. You're the one that went in there trolling a professional fighter, and when you troll him, you're probably trolling pretty much all of his family, all of his entourage, and you expect them not to do anything. You're out here playing the victim.
I told you. That is why I told you when we were walking. That is why when you sat down and asked me to show you what's going to happen if you do it, that's why I showed you exactly what was going to happen. And it happened exactly like I told you.
Yeah, I won't lie. This man deserves a raise.
Never mind. I'm done. I don't need to talk anymore about it. Y'all do. I'm sitting here telling you, and you want to talk to the chat.
I mean, a security guard isn't just an excuse to do as much dumb shit and talk as much crap as you want.
I was scared for you, bro. On God, bro. I'm like, yo, hopefully this nigga don't get.
He was finna die. Like if it was really like no security, like none of these cameras out and shit, they would have stomped. It would have stomped little bro out. That's crazy.
I had to though. If I just.
Nigga, I know, bro. Them niggas is mad big, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Why would you try to start beef with those guys? Like, I know this man is probably looking for a clippable moment because I have not seen much go viral about him lately. But I don't know, the whole situation just makes me laugh. It's always fun to catch up with what's going on in the world of Dumb and Dumber. But I do want to know what you guys think about these updates down below. As always, also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But
everything ain't worth the clout. It really ain't. What's going on with Ryan Garcia, dog? But yeah, you've been tripping. The fuck what is wrong with the boy? I mean, he probably got some crazy. I mean, he probably got something good to say about DJ Academics, but I don't know. I don't know. The old heads be selling out on my dog, Kai. Like,
What's
you
your
know,
own store?
I ain't gonna lie, Kai be tweaking sometimes, but like the way that the old heads be talking on, bro. Yeah, the way the old heads be talking on, bro, be kind of wild, disrespectful. Because I know for a fact that I'll be pissed about a lot of things that they do say about, you know. It's crazy. Why does
Non
this
squeak?
Let's try
15 non wobble.
Let's try story.
Lights. Where are we going to find all this stuff?
I already ordered it.
my mic?
Just 45 days before his fight against Devin Haney, the entire internet believed Ryan Garcia was in need of a psychiatric evaluation, possibly an admission to rehab, or at least restricted access to social media because his erratic behavior was sending him into an all-out downward spiral. He was under no circumstances capable of fighting the undefeated 31-0 champion, and then he absolutely demolished his opponent. becoming victorious in a fight that he was destined to lose. He even bet $2 million on himself to win, a wager that earned him $12 million. Ryan trolled his opponent, the world, and everyone went from calling him crazy to a genius. But Ryan was a ticking time bomb. He has an ego the size of Mount Rushmore, a clear alcohol addiction, and an evil darkness inside of him that finally revealed itself during a Twitter rant that got him banned
That's
from
crazy.
boxing forever. However, to understand how it got so bad, we must go back to 105 days before his fight, where Ryan announced that he was getting divorced from his wife, Andrea Salina. Ryan's wife, Drea, gave birth to their second child on December 23rd, 2023, but they
I think that's when all this shit really went to spiraling.
waited to post about it on social media until January 5th. Less than 1 hour after Ryan made the post, he also made a formal statement that he would be getting a divorce from the same woman who just gave birth to his son. The narrative that Ryan divorced his wife within an hour of their son being born permeated throughout the internet. Ryan said that this was not true and that he just decided to announce to the public both of these major life events at the same time. People who despised Ryan looked at this as a cowardly move, and that he was a deadbeat. His fans speculated that maybe this woman cheated on him, or maybe that this wasn't actually his child. But the court documents say that they split due to irreconcilable differences, which doesn't really help us understand the truth.
No, I'll be
Regardless,
hearing that
going
shit
through
all
a
the time.
divorce is extremely stressful, especially when there are children involved. People began noticing a transformation in Ryan. He seemed to have gained weight. His face looked bloated. His speech was slurred in interviews. He was constantly twitching and moving around. Just look at the before and after differences in his speech, clarity, and body language.
I think that's the most important thing in my life. That's the thing that keeps me as productive and efficient as I could possibly be, and calm. Because when I'm not fighting, I don't know where to put all this energy. I have so much energy. I have so much thoughts and so much, passion for everything I do. If I don't have a fight, I'm like, what do I do?
I mean, it was really the people like influencing me. Like, damn, that hurt. I didn't really care. If I'm going deep down in my heart, like I don't really care. Like, bro, don't show up. I don't care.
In an interview with Ariel Helwani, fans suspected he may have been on substances.
You feel confident that you can hang, he's not typically a ground fighter, but obviously
Perfect.
Wow. Do you have beef with him?
No, I mean, he'd been calling me out for a while.
Okay.
He called me out first.
With him, not typically a ground fighter.
May have been.
Don't show up. I don't care.
In an interview with Ariel Helwani, fans suspected he may have been on substances.
You feel confident that you can hang, he's not typically a ground fighter, but obviously Wow. Do you have beef with him?
No, I mean, he'd been calling me out for a while.
Okay.
He called me out first.
Ariel trying to have a discussion with a high teenager. Coke, weed, and ego is a hell of a combo for this kid.
Workflow on Monday.com.
You workflow? Why? There are a bunch of.
And at first, this definitely seemed like a stretch. These were probably just some of his haters trying to spread rumors. But less than a week later, his cryptic social media posts raised real concerns. On March 3rd, 2024, a video posted to Ryan's Twitter seemingly reported his death. The caption read, March 3rd, Sunday, 2024, we slit RG throat and threw him in a basket. Nobody will find him. Video is exactly 666 in time. We told you we were coming. The violent message is followed by a series of randomly pressed letters that closes with the sentence, Satan is sitting at the top now, 666. The same video was posted on Instagram with the caption, this is why you don't mess with us at the top, with even more gibberish. Also note that the satanic demon Baphomet is mentioned in the caption. While some people immediately thought he was just trolling to sell the fight, his ex-wife posted a message stating that she was concerned for him. He may seem fine, but he is not. I know in my heart he is being heavily oppressed. This is not a troll. I'm genuinely concerned, and so is all his family members. We are not a part of any of this and we want him to get better, but this is real. Pray for him. Ryan tried to clear the air the next day with this video, but it left people even more confused.
I personally wanted just to send out a video to the people that love me and my family.
I hate that I gotta keep doing that.
Family that's concerned that I'm okay. I'm not dead. I believe in Jesus. All those are lies. And, they try to put me in jail. They're blocking my cards. I can't access my money.
I don't know what's going on, but just know I'm okay.
Who are they? Who tried to put him in jail? Who is controlling his money? And that he was kidnapped by the higher up elite.
Hey, bro. All right.
Kids get ready. I don't give a f- anymore. Elite, bro. You already know who they are, bro.
You have proof of this on your phone?
Yes, of course I do. What the f you talking about? Of course. If Alex could get a f***ing video from the Bohemian Grove, of course I could.
Ryan sounds distraught. He's slurring his words. His fans are even more concerned than ever. He doubled down in a series of alarming tweets. I won't read all of them, but some of the more cryptic ones read, "Before I go, I want to release everything. Does no one care about the children? Shame on y'all for staying quiet. You know who you are." He also mentioned Bohemian Grove a few different times. The
Yeah, that shit
Bohemian
crazy.
Grove is a 2,700-acre private campground in Monte Rio, California. It is home to an extremely exclusive gentleman's club that hosts a 2-week retreat every July where some of the most powerful men in the world attend. During the first weekend of the summer encampment, robed figures sacrifice an effigy as part of a ritual meant to banish all worries from the gathered members. Yes, they make a sacrifice every year during the retreat, but they ascertain that it is not a real living being. The Grove has been the center of many
What the
conspiracies
fuck?
for decades,
Hey,
claiming that
hey.
human lives are sacrificed here, children are trafficked here, and the powerful elites have dark secrets that are hidden here. We do know that the Manhattan Project planning meeting took place here in September 1942, which led to the creation and the ultimate firing of the atomic bomb. However, you can also find hundreds of posts from people who worked at Bohemian Grove that say it's nothing more than a summer camp for rich boomers who just get drunk for 2 weeks straight. They do admit that a weird energy permeates throughout the camp, and the members have a strange love for urinating on the trees, but nobody claims to have seen anything worth sharing with Alex Jones. Either way, it's rare to see a celebrity as famous as Ryan speak about such conspiracies,
crazy.
and we have seen other celebs speak out about similar powerful figures in the industry only to be blacklisted from the industry or labeled as crazy. But the follow-up post that Ryan made after his Twitter rant did not ease conspiracy theorists' minds.
Over these past couple of days, you guys have seen some pretty intense things. I understand what they are and I understand what they look like. But I'm coming back to announce I'm not going to speak on any other topic other than boxing, sports, and my fight. That's the only thing I'm going to be talking about.
Ryan is seemingly sedated and reading off a script in a very robotic manner. More theories took place in the comments about him being silenced by the elites, or that this isn't actually him and he was replaced by a clone, or this is some sort of humiliation ritual. His opponent, Devin Haney, says otherwise. He tweeted, "This is all an act, y'all. The fight is happening on April 20th. He's just playing crazy to sell it," which is weird because there are people out there who are actually crazy, but he's just acting for attention. There is no doubt that Ryan's antics developed mass interest in this fight. It's not like Ryan and Devin had this long-standing real-life beef, which is usually the main reason why any fight gets a ton of hype. Because when you watch their face-offs and trash talk moments, they seem more like two people just having a mild disagreement.
I don't know how you won that. Bro, it's 3.
I beat the out
Yo,
you. What do
you
you
did
mean?
not, bro.
I gave you an 8 count.
You did not give me an 8 count.
You don't remember that fight in Reno?
No, you beat me though. I'll give you that.
So how did I get a point taken away and I won?
Because you won. You beat me all 3 rounds. Duh. You can still win. Think about it.
No, but I got a point taken away.
It seemed like every day Ryan was an entirely different person, and even though the conspiracy theories and obscure tweets slowed down, his mental health and potential substance use was still in question.
I've been feeling a lot of hurt because I tried myself.
I ain't gonna lie, I never noticed this. Like the entire time, I never noticed it.
Gave me, and I tried to help out the kids, and I tried my best, and everybody tried to break me down.
Rich, poor, sad, happy, mad. I'm the same mother. I'm the same dude that shows you I got big balls. All you have in this life is your balls and your word. And I hang that shit on everybody straight up. At the end of the day, I'm like Scarface. Say
What is he
hello to my
on?
big friend. No little friend. This is a big friend.
When I was on the Katy Trail, literally, I was on the, I'm drunk. Say less. I was on the Katy Trail, and I told a woman, "Do you support pedophiles?" She looked me in the eyes and says, "Absolutely," with a thumbs up. That is crazy. And yes, I'm running for president. I'm not even kidding. This one, hey, I'm going to take a toast to all the haters.
Do not pay
Talk about
somebody to build you a
self-destruction.
Shopify store
That is
because
definitely
I'm going to do it
self-destruction.
free with 20
Or
handpicked products by myself and my expert team and professionally written ad copy for.
Okay, shut up.
Empty. Drank it all myself.
But despite what the internet had to say, Ryan was confident that he would win this fight. He had so much confidence that he did not seem to take his opponent seriously.
You might hear me singing one of my songs between the rounds and just like, no. You want to hear one of my songs? I can just make a new one. NGQ, doing what I do, all white.
Here, Ryan made a deal with Haney's team beforehand that he would pay them $500,000 for every pound overweight he was, which ended up being a bad move because Ryan weighed in at 143 pounds, meaning he owed them $1.5 million. But he honored his deal and paid them the 7 figures. If a boxer comes in overweight, they can technically disqualify him, but Devin Haney insisted that he did not care and the fight should go on.
And at any point, did you consider not taking the fight, considering he missed weight by over 3?
What the?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in. I'm a true champion, and I will show it.
It was now just a couple of days before the bout, and the boxing world was convinced that
That
Ryan
shit
was
ain't
crashing
illegal
out,
at
and
all.
this would be one of the most devastatingly one-sided fights in history. It's also important to understand that Devin Haney was undefeated, so it seemed like a no-brainer that he would walk away with the W. I mean, that's for sure what the odds makers thought. The odds for Devin Haney to win were overwhelmingly favoring him, somewhere as high as -900, -800, but the average seemed to be around -600, which means that you would have to bet $600 to make 100. The odds for Ryan to win were placed at +550, meaning your bet would be multiplied by 5.5 if Ryan won. And a lot of people lost a lot of money that night, because even though the score indicates Ryan won by split decision, he dominated Haney in the ring, knocking him down 3 times even though it should have been 6, because Haney managed to hang on to Ryan's waist for dear life. Ryan looked as sharp as ever. He was not playing games. He was not dancing around or hugging. He was there for a brawl, and he came out victorious. Against all odds, against all insanity allegations and potential alcohol abuse, Ryan gave Devin Haney his first loss. And within 72 hours of the fight being over, he sat down with Patrick Bet-David and told the world that this was a master plan to convince everyone he was crazy so they doubted him.
My cameraman Chance, Ajay's there. Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was gonna happen? I said I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Watch, it's gonna be called the Great Escape. Like I have it all documented. I was already planning it, weeks and weeks and months behind, and I was not gonna budge for nobody. It didn't matter if I went on his podcast, anybody's podcast. I was acting like sporadic, just crazy. I'll go on.
Your mannerisms,
spaces,
you were just like
spaces. I'll do this with my nose. Like, no, it's just a tick. I had everything but then you make adjustments to what was real though is at times I did drink a little bit during camp because I like to drink.
Ryan claims that basically all of his pre-fight antics were a lie, besides the drinking, which does explain his face being so bloated. But he did tell Jake Paul on a FaceTime call that the beer he drank at the weigh-ins was fake.
Yo, do you have extra beer?
Yeah, I could get you it.
All right. You said it was what?
It was apple juice and sparkling water.
Oh, what do you...
Just poured it out and we're like, watch, people are gonna go crazy for this.
Yeah, I thought it was real.
And although faking multiple manic episodes is definitely a twisted way to get attention, he did double down on his advocacy for crimes against children.
There's actually really people in the front lines of all this. I'm in contact with them. His name is Jaco. I'm not gonna say his last name, but basically he's a big advocate. He goes to Congress all the time to speak about child trafficking, and he could confirm all these things.
The kids, did you actually have videos of kids, things that
I actually do. I do have videos.
You have videos?
Yes, we have videos.
Who has seen them? Who have you shown them to?
The guy Jaco. He has them. We're going to go to Congress with it.
But the most shocking story that came from this was that Ryan wagered a $2 million bet on himself to win, which, yes, is legal. Boxing is the only sport that allows athletes to bet on themselves. However, they cannot bet on themselves to lose, obviously. Since Ryan's odds were at +550, that would mean his payout would be somewhere around $10 to $12 million.
There's a story of you bet $2 million on yourself.
No.
Is that a true story?
It's a true story.
And you made $12 million?
I made $12 million.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool too. But basically, I gave everybody the word to place that bet. I just felt like really disrespected by Vegas. And in my head, I said, this is going to be the biggest Las Vegas ever had in a minute. Because they're like, I just felt like it was disrespectful.
Now, we don't have any proof that Ryan made this bet. He is the same guy who lied about literally everything leading up to this fight, so at this point, it's kind of hard to believe anything he says. But the entire internet did a 180 overnight. No more calling him crazy. Now they were calling him a genius. But just before Ryan could walk away, the genius Victor, who played the world and got filthy rich, breaking news hit just days after the fight that Ryan tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs.
I ain't gonna lie. The rest of that shit cringe.
ESPN reported star boxer Ryan Garcia tested positive for the performance-enhancing substance Ostarine the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney last month. Now, there is a due process that people need to respect when it comes to a fighter testing positive. They have an additional B sample test to essentially double-check the results. These trials take at least a few weeks, sometimes even months, to 100% certify that someone is guilty of doping. However, the very next day after the news broke, Devin Haney went on ESPN to essentially declare Ryan as a cheater.
You know, during the build-up, we've seen a lot of interesting things from him. You know, we've seen his character. We've seen the guy cheat. We see the type of person that he is.
Ryan immediately proclaimed his innocence.
That's crazy.
These dudes are weirdos, bro. They're trying to take a young Christian man down. I would never, ever take steroids in my life. And we already know that. I don't cheat, bro. This is God-given. God-given. I'm a Mexican, strongest. What?
And when you see what was actually found in his system, you will realize there's an extremely low chance that Ryan was intentionally using these PEDs to gain an advantage. Ostarine is a research chemical, not an FDA-approved drug. It is supposed to enhance lean muscle growth and strength. Victor Conte, who is an extremely controversial sports nutrition expert banned from every sport besides boxing, tweeted, "Fake news is being spewed about the New York State Athletic Commission's chart of allowable limits for PEDs. Ostarine has a 0.1 nanograms per milliliter allowable limit, and Ryan Garcia had 6 nanograms per milliliter reported for 419, which is 60 times over the limit. Although 60 times over sounds like an insane stat, we are talking about micrograms, minuscule amounts of the drug. According to Ostarine's clinical trials, 3 milligrams is where the test shows to actually have an impact on performance.
In general, what we see when we dig into the literature is that Ostarine at a dose of about 3 milligrams is kind of where you start to get into the territory of increases in power, something that could be chalked up to useful in sport. Anything below that, you're not really getting, especially as a male, highly unlikely to be getting anything worth taking it to begin with. If you're an athlete with even a room temperature IQ coach on your side would hopefully tell you this is not the compound you want to be using. Like, there is no sane, not completely idiotic person who would ever suggest using Ostarine as a PED in boxing.
Not only did Ryan have a minuscule amount in his system, but when you consider that he tested positive the day before and the day of the fight, that would not be enough time for the drug to actually improve his performance. He would have had to have been taking much larger doses weeks in advance. This puts into question that Ryan may have taken the drug by accident, which could be possible. Perhaps he took a supplement that he thought was 100% legal, but it wasn't. He brought up numerous times that he took ashwagandha, which is an evergreen shrub that contains chemicals that might help calm the brain and reduce stress, which he thought might have something to do with the positive test. However, his main reason as to why he is being falsely accused actually makes a lot of sense.
Victor Conte is connected to Snack. Snack is who sponsors Devin Haney. He was known to be a chemist and a biohacker that helped a bunch of baseballers cheat. He got banned from baseball.
Stick with me here for a second because I got to give a little background. Victor Conte is the founder of the Balco Lab, a business that supplied anabolic steroids to professional athletes and Olympians in the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
Conte developed, with the help of a chemist, his own steroid that was undetectable in athlete testing. After 14 years of doping the biggest athletes in the world, including Barry Bonds, Marion Jones, Jason Giambi, Shane Mosley, just to name a few, Conte was tried and found guilty in 2003 for conspiring to distribute performance-enhancing drugs to more than 30 baseball, football, and track and field stars. After serving just 4 months in prison, he proclaims his innocence to this day.
So from 84 all the way until 2000, everything that Balco and Snack did was completely legal, completely clean, no athletes. were ever given any sort of performance-enhancing drug.
Victor rode the paper-thin line of what is illegal
Big
and
cap.
what is simply a deep understanding and manipulation of the rules his whole career.
I know that the anti-rules that are in place are so easy for the athletes to beat. It's like taking candy from a baby. Did I feel that I was doing something different than other athletes, coaches, and trainers had done throughout the entire history of the Olympic sport? The answer is no. I mean, the whole history of the Olympic Games is just full of corruption, cover-up, performance-enhancing drug use. It's not what the world thinks it is.
It's a fraud.
It's a fraud.
Despite Victor's crimes, he got right back into the world of sports nutrition after being released from prison. But this time around,
my
he was claiming
God.
to be an anti-doping advocate. He started a new company
That's the thing. He got caught and tried to take everybody down with him.
that is basically the same as Balco, called Snack, which is his supplement company that they say has been pioneering the expansion of human potential by utilizing clinical science to drive athletic performance. Snack is a sponsor of Devin Haney, who works one-on-one with Victor Conte. Additionally, Victor has associations with VADA, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. VADA is the company that performed the drug test on Ryan. Now, Victor is not the owner nor founder of VADA, and they claim he has no association with the company, but he is very much an outspoken advocate for them.
And I became an outspoken anti-doping advocate in 2005. So I refer my fighters to VADA. That's the extent, of my relationship. Did I introduce Margaret Goodman and Flip Homansky that run VADA to people like Dick Pound, who was the founding chairman of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and others that helped them be able to do the testing?
So evidently, we still have some Don Kings in boxing. Some evil people, low key. Yeah, I mean, God bless them. But hey, boy, these some crazy people, man.
WADA accredited labs. Yes, I made some introductions, but nothing more than that.
So is it suspicious that the guy who literally created steroids that don't show up on drug tests works
That's
directly
crazy.
with Ryan? Ryan's opponent and is a huge advocate with ties to the company that is doing the drug test on Ryan? Well, that's up for you to decide. Ryan Garcia has been served a 1-year ban until April 20th, 2025. His victory was removed from him and ruled as a no contest. Therefore, Devin Haney technically retains his undefeated record. Ryan also had to forfeit his prize earnings of $1.2 million. Luckily, he bet on himself, unless the Vegas pit bosses are trying to track him down and get their refund as well. At the end of the day, it is Ryan's responsibility to know exactly what goes into his body. He knows how serious drug testing is in this sport, and if the legal limit for a drug is 0, then anything over that is cheating. End of story. Even if it was an accident or a setup, having specific drugs in your system on the day of the fight is against the rules and considered cheating. However, I do find it odd that Victor Conte said this.
Let's, for just a moment, talk about Devin Haney, my guy, and how horrible this is for him that he has to deal with this stuff. And until we get a reasonable explanation from Ryan, the burden of proof is on him to prove there was no intent to cheat. Because otherwise, I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste, you're going to be responsible.
It seemed very specific that he mentioned someone sneaking drugs into their opponent's toothpaste as a setup. I mean, I didn't even know that was possible. So
Shit, me
kind of
neither.
sounds like
That's
someone who is
cool.
speaking
Hey.
from experience. Now, with Ryan feeling like he was set up, combined with his excessive alcohol consumption, his life began crashing down. His mother was diagnosed with cancer, and he tweeted, "If my mom dies, I'm going with her." 1 week later, he was arrested in Los Angeles for felony vandalism after a Beverly Hills hotel accused him of causing an estimated $15,000 in damage. Then the next week, he went viral again for his drunken antics at a poker game alongside other celebrities like Jimmy Butler, Ninja, and Dan Blazarian.
Cheers. Is he gonna chug that whole thing? All right. Only a diamond would be insane.
I'm different. It feels great.
I love Jesus, and I'm feeling great.
Are those pants just falling off?
Even if he wanted to give Ryan the benefit of the doubt and see his perspective, he would send out some ridiculous tweet or go on a drunken rant that made you realize no 25-year-old should be acting like this. And on July 4th, 2024, he would officially cross the line. Ryan joined a Twitter space in a drunken stupor and in less than 6 minutes managed to finally do irreversible damage.
Niggas are sending niggas to the ER, and y'all niggas worried about other people saying the ER, the hard R, when niggas are sending niggas to the ER.
The fact that you're speaking on black crime, which doesn't get speaked about enough, you know what I mean? Because that is a real thing, right?
Hey, guess what? I bet y'all hate me. George Floyd. That nigga was a crackhead, bro. He died because he had fentanyl in the system. Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and kill that again. Relax. Hey, niggers. Okay. Now what?
Hey, you want to talk about what's going on in the world? You don't even know.
No, shut the f up.
Israel
You're not
or
really like
Palestine.
that, bro. You're a culture vulture. You want to be a Muslim because Muslims support you. You weird, bro. You're like a gay ass fag, bro. Bro, f you and Muslims and little kids, bro. All you mother, bro. All you Muslim ass, weird ass.
You're gonna regret saying all of this when you
Guess
sober
what?
up.
Guess what? I will never be touched because I'm with God. I'm with Jesus. I'm not regretting it. I swear to God, I'm not. I've never been touched in my life.
Ryan, if you want to be a representative of Christianity, this
Shut
is not
up,
the way
Joe.
you should
Shut
be
the f up, bro.
yourself.
Shut
You're
the f up. My Kobe Jordan's in.
Hey, what he on, man?
Oh, hate him. Yeah.
What the f-
Ryan thought he could just go on the internet and speak without consequences, because that's exactly what he has done for the past few months. But this time he finally said too much, and in less than 24 hours, Ryan Garcia was officially expelled by the World Boxing Council after the president tweeted, "I am hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization. We reject any form of discrimination. I fear for Ryan's well-being as he has declined multiple attempts for our help with mental health and substance abuse." And if you thought Ryan woke up sober and had a moment of clarity after realizing he let the darkest part of his mind spill out onto the internet, you'd be wrong.
And guess what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. You ain't gonna catch me apologizing for nothing.
Followed by more empty apology tweets like, "I take all responsibility for my words. I misunderstood. I just got a lot of trauma. I struggle with substance abuse and it's hard for me with everything going on. I actually love black people, no cap. Which is why I'm actually sad I offended all my black family and friends. Also to the Muslim community and all my homies that are Muslims, my bad. Nobody thought
That's
these
crazy.
apologies were sincere. The damage had been
That's
done.
crazy.
His own family was forced to make a statement denouncing everything he said. Ryan has been open about his ongoing struggle with mental health over the years, and as a family, we are committed to ensuring and encouraging that he receives the necessary help to navigate this very challenging time. His father is now even pleading for him to go to rehab.
I would love for him to get some type of therapy when it comes to his drinking.
But as long as Ryan has access to social media, he will continue to make posts that just dig a deeper hole for himself and reveal his true intentions. If he does not change his behavior, he will have thrown away his entire life's work and may never step into the ring
That's
again.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
store.
30 chairs.
Restaurant store.
Don't be a Ryan Garcia, y'all, bro. For real. Don't crash out like that. It's not good. Yeah, man. He and it's like you wanna like him. You know, he do certain things that make you like him, but now that everything's out, man. Damn. But nah, man. Always be true to who you really are. You understand? Don't be out here faking because, you know, people eventually find out who you really are. So, hey, man. With that being said, man, thanks for chilling with CuZo, fam. Y'all have a good night. Peace.